Hi everybody, my name is Selena. A lot of you probably don't know why I'm here. I actually don't know why I'm here either. But these guys are really cool, and a little while ago I was actually on bed rest, and it's probably the worst time to watch Heaven Knows What, or the best time depending on your mental state. And I ended up becoming extremely fascinated with the boys and kind of forced them to be my friend a little bit. So we started hanging out.
You're bully.
A little bit. No, I can't like say.
Oh no, you're not.
But so they asked me to come hang out, and obviously they're way cooler than I'll ever be, so I'll let you guys ask cool questions. But I will start and kick it off by saying this movie's really great, guys. And how did this come about?
I mean, people might not know this, but Selena is like an avid movie devourer. She just like will devour a movie and watch like a De Palma movie 4 or 5 times in a day. And that's very, very, very cool. And yeah, when you reacted to the movie.
Yeah, your appetite for like weird movies is very cool to me.
So this is Sebastian. He's the producer of the movie. He also had a cameo as a cop at the end.
I'm a stoic cop who doesn't react to the guy falling out of the window.
No, not really. NYPD is sitting of all.
A lot of jumpers, bro.
Yeah, a lot of jumpers. How did the movie come about? That's the question. So Rob saw a still from our previous movie, Heaven Knows What. He saw a still on our website and wrote us an email. We were in Texas for the South by Southwest premiere of the previous movie, and he just wrote me this email out of the blue saying, "Hey, my name is Rob." His email's very strange, so you wouldn't know who it is. And he said, I saw this still on IndieWire. I don't know, I haven't seen the movie yet, but it feels somewhat tied to my purpose, and now somehow it's tied to your purpose, and I think that there's a connection there, and we can work together. It was very much like the character's monologue in the car with the girl. And he said, how can I see this movie? And he saw it, and we met up, and he said, whatever you're doing next, I want to be a part of it. He wasn't right for what we were doing next.
Did that change how you created the character?
There was no movie. There was no good time.
Did he inspire?
Yeah, well, when I met him, I was really kind of surprised to see that he was filled with a lot of manic energy. I mean, I hadn't seen Twilight movies, but I had seen a couple of other movies that he's done. And I just was surprised to see this like manic energy of this guy who was just trying to discover things. And I also saw this like wounded war veteran type who was dealing with trauma, and he's almost like he's always on the run. He's always trying not to be seen, and that was kind of inspiring to who comic could be. But I wanted to make a genre movie. I wanted to make a piece of pulp that felt dangerous, like a reflection of society, but like a thriller that actually feels thrilling. One that like you really feel like you just kind of constantly have to keep yelling at the screen, engaging that way. So he was down.
For me personally, I really like the mental aspect of it because I've done a lot of those exercises that you put in this. So in the beginning of the movie, it struck with me because I actually...
You've got the mental exercises? Really?
Yeah, for sure. I'm very open to it. But I for sure have talked about that, and I've done a lot of those exercises. So how...
Why does the squeaky wheel get the grease?
I could do that right now. But how did that come into play?
So Benny and my co-writer Ronnie Bronstein, they developed this character named Jordan in 2010.
So this is just in reference to the opening scene.
Yeah, and his character in general. And he mined like this incredible actor met with Benny, and it was just like, how did you do that performance? Because he's nothing like that character. He's also very much like that character. And he said, did you base it off somebody? Who did you know? Did you model after? And he said, me. I modeled after me. And it blew his mind away. And, he, in 2010, when we were doing this character, he, basically took a real MSE, a real mental state examination in character. And there was a film rehearsal, and it kind of blew all of our minds. And we kind of resurrected that character into this movie. Benny's just amazing. We looked into casting actors with disabilities, And basically, because our schedule was so aggressive and we were doing these action set pieces over the course of 2 days, it felt like we were going to have to manipulate someone to basically do these things that even in, like a Hollywood actor would be annoyed doing. Like, okay, let's do that 120 times for different angles. So we didn't want to put ourselves in a position where we manipulating someone with disability. And Benny's incredible in this. I mean, honestly, I wish you guys were here so you can hear him speak and realize how much of a performance that is.
How do you guys connect and how do you guys know each other?
We're old friends. We love
Love
each
each
other.
other.
I don't ask.
We love, no,
questions.
I'm serious, it's a friendship, and they blossomed into a working relationship.
Debo takes no prisoners and is a no bullshit person. He literally is just, he'll walk in and he'll just sniff and he's like, no. And he just can't.
That's how you reacted to me at first.
Yeah.
He does like he does his stank face really well, and it's almost intuitive and intellectual.
I sniffed this crowd when I came in.
He sniffed
the
the
crowd,
crowd,
right?
yeah, he likes the crowd.
What did you guys think of the movie? Was it? You were driving over here. You made a really intense movie. People like really intense movies. Like, was it too intense?
Someone told me that Dunkirk and Good Time would be a great double bill. And I said, sure, you serve it with some Xanax, right?
This is a good one.
This is a good segue. Do you guys have any questions for these guys?
What happened to the black girl?
What happened to the
To
black
the
girl?
16-year-old girl?
16-year-old girl.
She's a star now. She's killing it.
Like, what has happened to her in real life?
No, in the movie.
In the movie. So Talia's character, Crystal, Talia, by the way, she was one of 600 people who showed up at an open casting call, and she came back, and we were really all really moved by her, and she was just incredible about Crystal.
What happens to Crystal?
Crystal gets arrested, and then she immediately.
Sorry. No, I was just asking. Thank you.
Crystal's character gets arrested, and then theoretically they go to her house, and they call the grandmother, and the grandmother's like, this guy stole my car, and he was with someone else, and they do the math really quickly, and Barkat Abdi's character, comes to with some Librium and some treatment, and basically says, I'm a security guard, you racist fuck. I'm not guilty in any way. You should not have arrested me. His face is all over the news, and I don't know why you didn't arrest him. So basically, Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal's not dating white boys after that.
Right. Let's be loyal to this guy.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm from New York. I'm actually from Suffolk County.
Okay.
So I have family.
Long Island, represent.
Yeah. So I have family in Farmingdale. I actually have friends who worked on this as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
My
Cool.
friend Eloisa is in this.
Eloisa Santos?
Yeah, she plays the prostitute.
Eloisa's awesome. She's so talented, we didn't want to actually give her that role.
So my question was actually about. It just feels like a very authentic New York movie. There's something about the way you depict Queens, and even when you guys go to Long Island. And I was just curious, was that from in the script, that rawness, or?
I grew up. Can you guys hear that question? Okay, so the question was, he's from Long Island. He recognized he's Farmingdale, Long Island, which is where the amusement park actually is, called Adventureland. And he's asking about how authentic the movie feels and if it was written into the script. Yes, all of that. My co-writers from Long Island, I grew up not that far from where the bail bondsman scene is. The bail bondsman, by the way, is a real bail bondsman. That's his office. That guy's a legend. We originally cast a great actor who I revere, Eric Roberts, in that role, but the scene couldn't handle artifice. You know what I mean? It needed the real guy. For some reason, just needed the real guy. And he's a star, obviously. He's a great actor, too, it turns out. And he basically, I grew up not near far from there, and I grew up going to that amusement park. Actually, my first basically experience witnessing violent brutality was at Adventureland, in the exact same place where the violence happened. So, there's a lot of brawls at Adventureland. It's kind of like a place where people fight. But it's also a place where people have fun. It's family fun. But it is, and me and my partner Ronnie, who I wrote the script with, and Ben, we got a little weird. And we were just like, we wanted there to be a haunted house that was just for adults. So we kind of made kind of an X-rated haunted house.
Did anyone notice that?
Romance Apocalypse. Cool, you caught that? How many times have you seen the movie?
Twice.
Twice, okay. It's better the second time, I've heard.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Is it just as fast the second time?
Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, like from the moment it started to the moment it ended.
Okay, other question.
I'll tune in.
I feel like it goes faster the second time.
I think it works well the third time in the theaters also.
Can I ask you a question about the music? Sorry.
Yes, the music.
But I really love the music part of it. Can you guys talk a little bit about that?
One of Tricks Point Never, who did the score. Some OPM fans? Alright, some streaming. I don't know if they're new fans or they were fans beforehand. OPM is he likes been making these electronic albums on Warp Records, and he's kind of like the Brian Eno.
He's an evil genius.
He's an evil genius, and he's been making these albums that were kind of like soundtracks to movies that didn't exist. So we linked up because he saw my previous movie. My previous movie basically, like, not many people saw it in theaters, but like important, heaven knows what. But important people saw it, and it kind of laid a lot of interesting groundwork for us, including Dan, One Trick Point Never. And we were in the mix. We were in the soup with him every day, and we called this score Getting Micro, because every little thing had everything that we saw on screen we would put a sound to. So we were panning things left to right, and we really wanted it to be an unbelievably immersive experience with the sound. And he understood from the beginning that we wanted the school soundtrack to be like a character in the movie, like it's a fever within the movie that just wants to break free.
Yeah. He adopted us. He let us live in his music studio for like 9 weeks and pretend we were musicians and talk and try to communicate.
He let me touch his
Please let us
synthesizer.
finish that touching part.
He let him touch his synthesizer.
Oh, wow.
I was like, no, Dan, it should, kind of be a little bit, because I hated the rhythmic part of it. He's like, no, I said it should break. He's like, Josh, why don't you just play? I was like, okay.
Did it work out?
It's in the movie, yeah.
It's like the thing.
You guys are probably like, hey, maybe there's a misstep there. Yeah, the soundtrack's available now. It's on Spotify, so you can listen to it while you're going home. Like pretend you're Copernicus and
It's really good.
Look at society like Matrix, like he does. Sorry. Yeah, the soundtrack.
Sorry, you.
I don't know. Whoever wants to talk.
Well, I was going to ask about the Iggy Pop song.
The Iggy Pop track.
What?
So Dan, we had this idea that it was going to be this electronic score throughout the movie, and then end with something that was kind of like ahead of you, kind of coming out and be like, oh, this is actually what we should have been paying attention to. Just like society should just be paying attention to these people in this room, but we're so busy dealing with our own shit all the time. So he wanted something that wasn't like the rest of the movie, and he wrote this piece of music, and he's like, we should have vocals over this. And I said, I agree. He's like, who should we get? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, how about Iggy Pop? I said, how about Frank Sinatra? Honestly, like, well, come on, Iggy Pop? And he's like, no, I think we could get him. And then first step is to show Iggy Pop the movie, which we were able to do, and he loved the movie. He said, I'm not going to write lyrics, but he wouldn't share it with us. So I had no idea. The morning of, we went to record with him, it was, I was like, what do I do? I don't like it. But then everyone looked at Josh the same way you guys probably all. Yeah, just like, what do you mean you're not gonna like it? It's Iggy Pop, whatever he writes. Also, if we did we still use it. Yeah. So then he said, he just started. He's like, I have some stuff I'm gonna sing, and I have some stuff I want to do spoken word. And immediately our mind like spoken word. It's like there's dialogue in the scene. He's like, no, just let me do it. And his lyrics are really beautiful because he saw the movie from Connie's perspective and from Nick's perspective. It's the pure and the damned. And that was all basically one take. And we were in a recording studio in Florida, and he was in Miami. He doesn't really leave Miami because he has Parrot. And but he was moved in. You probably know this recording stuff. and he was just like the voice of God.
Come on, Selena.
No, I never heard the parrot part.
Oh, the parrot sounds like God too. Let me tell you, he actually has a great Instagram page called Biggie Pop, where it's just him and his parrot and a rap with his parrot. It's amazing. It's incredible.
And yeah, so he really blessed the movie with that really emotional piece of the movie.
Yeah, it changed. We were all crying listening to it. It was insane.
Yeah, and then he.
Did anyone cry?
Yeah,
You cried?
I called the first time I saw it and like thought of me. It was super awkward.
At what part?
It's the final sequence just completely destroys me. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Awesome.
I actually had a question for you guys.
What's the question?
After seeing Heaven Knows What, I think that you and your brother kind of have like a monopoly on realism in film. And I just wanted to know how you guys approach working with your actors. It's different than most directors now because I just think you guys are fantastic.
The question was about realism in Heaven Knows What. By the way, speaking of Heaven Knows What, I just saw in the back over here, Caleb Landry Jones. Stand up, Caleb. Caleb was one of the stars of Heaven Knows What.
What's up, Caleb?
I actually didn't see him, I heard him. I heard you, Caleb, before.
Wait, didn't you brought him? You knew him.
I didn't know where he was. But I didn't know where he was. Sorry, so the question was, repeat the question. Sorry, I got distracted by Caleb.
So I was just wondering how you guys approach working with actors to sort of cultivate those kind of realistic performances.
Sure.
That's different.
So the question, okay. She thinks the Safdie bros have a monopoly on realism. And she wants to know what the trick is. How do you work with these actors? There's no trick, really. It's just an obsessive approach, really. It's inundating a performer with enough stimuli and inspiration. I mean, specifically here with Rob, I gave him this little trick where we set the start date and then we pushed it 3 months. So 3 months.
You really got to stop telling people that.
Sorry. And I, he knew that he needed to be this character, so I wrote a really, really intensive character study. A character background that started when this character was born and it ended when this character enters the movie. And I was like, I tried to do it every year and update, but I was like, I can't really gloss over some of this stuff. So it ended up being really, really intricate, and I think that was very helpful for Rob as it was for us. And then he came to New York, and we just kind of surrounded him with people and let him hang out with a lot of people, brought him to jail, let him, basically in character more or less. And then he sat down with a handful of people, had him read the whole script. Because he told us he didn't like to improvise. So we, I said, hey, I love writing dialogue, so I'll write the dialogue, I'm ready to also throw it out the window. And he said, no, I want to say all of it. So we really just inundate people with as much information, background, and let them kind of feel reality for themselves and try to bring it.
And Josh is really in love with like all levels of stars, like the person that you would always ignore on the street to maybe like the biggest supernova, and he's kind of examining them all in the same way. And so if you take that and kind of treat everyone the same, you're going to notice the details that make their behavior real across the board. And then he's a maniac. He really is. Me? Yeah, you are.
But a lot of people that you work with are put in films, but I've noticed the actors are actually real people too. Like,
You mean they've never acted before?
Correct. Sorry.
Well,
So
he has-
they've been in those situations because they just do what you're.
Right, and I think you always say this, I've definitely learned this from you, is that like everyone is an actor, some people just have not acted before. And you kind of have a really good gauge for when you meet someone, whether or not they're going to be comfortable on camera. It's like, it's rare that when they show up, they're not.
I had a misstep once. There was a guy who I met in a bar late at night, and he was just a natural star.
What were you doing?
I know on TV, nothing. I was hanging out. And I was like, this guy's perfect. And Ben, I introduced him to Ben. He was in Daddy Long Legs, and then we ended up recasting him as Abel Ferrera. But he showed up the day of. Turns out he was drunk when I met him, and for some reason I couldn't figure it out. So he showed up and he wasn't drunk, and I never actually experienced anything like that before. He was monumentally awkward in front of us, and we tried everything, eventually we just said, okay, we got it. He's like, well, we only did it like 4 times. We just keep going. I was like, no, we got it. And we reshot it the next day. But that was the only time that's ever really, usually I have a pretty good gauge as to, a sudden star and who could, like Buddy Dress, who's in this movie, plays Ray. He's incredible. He was in Heaven Knows What as well. He's amazing. I mean, he did that monologue, his flashback, he did that in one take. And it was 8 pages of dialogue. And I just gave it to him because he really he was on the run when I first met him, and he acted in Heaven Knows What. Then he got arrested the day we wrapped and went to prison. And we stayed in touch a bunch and stayed friends. And then I brought him acting books while he was in jail, and acting repairs. He was really into it. And then I brought the director to Rikers Island for an audition, and he got the role. From Rikers Island. You can't bring paperwork into Rikers Island. So I had to read him the dialogue over the phone. And I was like, okay, memorize this. He's like, read it one more time. And I was like, okay, we're coming tomorrow. And then we came in, and he just kind of like did the audition. Because you can't have anything with you when you go to these visitation rooms. Nothing. It's crazy. So anyway, then he got out, and then he went into acting classes, and then he wanted to really be this character. Like, he's like, I want to be me times 10. Like a real badass. And he really was like psyched that he gets to put the acid.
Yeah, there's a lot of the real Buddy Dress in this movie.
Yeah.
Shout out to the real Buddy Dress.
But yeah, he did that whole flashback in one take, and he was alone in the car and he did it. And it was like watching a play. We were all like, the whole crew was just like, that was unbelievable. But I wrote that whole thing in his voice, and my co-writer, he was like, how? He's like, just go home and write the monologue.
Wait, one more. To your point about how the realism. I know, but you're always in the middle of the story.
He's really good at listening to people
and then kind of appropriating their voice and their cadence and their language. And so, if you're listening to the way people really talk, and then you can digest that, remember it, and spit it out in your own narrative structure, you're going to have a leg up on realism, I think.
Also, the shirt says Southern Star.
Oh, yeah. And there's like our whole explanation
we
about
do a radio show where we find Southern Stars, and we try to make sure that it looks like it was. Shout out, no way.
Yes.
But shout out mostly what we wrote about, like being in the cult.
No, we don't have to read it too long.
But you print out these shirts too for $10.99.
Wait, how about on the
back?
back?
Sorry.
Besides talk, what you guys watch while writing this and shooting this, and what you guys give all your actors?
So yeah, we didn't. The movie was inspired more by real life than it was. I mean, there's 2 books, in particular, a book called Executioner's Song and another book called The Belly of the Beast. And I sent Rob one movie to watch, and it was a documentary called 1 Year in the Life of Crime, and it follows 3 kind of criminals in Newark in like the late 80s. And it was because he was in Ireland shooting Lost City Sea, and I was basically bringing the characters to him. And then we watched actually as a group, only because we couldn't sit and read a 1,000-page book together. The TV movie adaptation of Executioner's Song.
Tommy Lee Jones was animated.
Yeah. I mean, but I love movies like 48 Hours and After Hours. 48 Hours to me is like a perfect example of what we're trying to do, because that's a movie. I remember seeing that movie as a kid and not knowing. When you're a kid, racism, you don't know.
How many of you guys have seen 48 Hours?
But I remember as a kid seeing that movie, being like, I didn't even know what was going on. It's like, why are these people not getting along? And then you kind of get exposed to the absurdity of it all. And that was really deep to me as like an 11-year-old, 12-year-old kid. And I thought that was really cool that I get to watch this piece of entertainment, and it's funny and engaging, and then there's a message slid in there as well. So it's like this pulp, tradition of pulp movies. But yeah, After Hours, we give a little shout out to After Hours in the movie. We're working with Safdie on the next movie, which is exciting. This guy right here has got his hand up high. You know, you're very tall like that.
How did you make the decision to shoot with like long lenses?
Long lens photography. The question is, how do we make the decision to shoot long lenses? close-up like that. Well, I've been making feature films for like almost 10 years now, and I've been developing, understanding what, you know, a close-up really does mean, and when different movies were not so narrative or genre-based, I saw what a close-up would do, and I realized making a thriller, you know, if you could add to the tension, and you know, by making an audience kind of lean forward into it, like you're not getting the whole picture all the time, you're having this tunnel vision in a way. So that was trying to keep it all together.
I have a question. Why brothers? Why not a sister or brother or just sisters?
Question was why brothers, why not sisters? Well, I have a brother. I directed with my brother, so it was very easy for me to relate to that. And I don't know if, I think he would notice if he took a woman out. And I don't think he would mistake his sister for a man in the hospital, but that was kind of a part of the movie.
Two-hand guy.
I see him back there.
No, we already picked two-hand guy.
Two-hand guy.
I was just wondering, in the writing process, was there ever a version of it where Nicky actually ends up getting his brother, or was it always that he would end up getting
The wrong guy.
by
Wait, taken by the cops, you said? Oh, you're saying, did they get away from the cops, you're saying?
Yeah, was there ever a version where he actually got his brother?
Where he gets his brother.
Where he gets the brother, not the guy out of the hospital.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes, no, there was never a version of that. Right back there.
I was wondering, was there anything with the characters that reminded you when you were writing of George and Lenny?
From Mice and Men. Someone recently wrote a review of we called it Of Vice and Men. Very clever. No, but I love Steinbeck and I love that book, so I'm sure it's somewhere in there. I think.
Okay, no more questions.
One more.
So let's just, yeah.
Everyone say their question at once.
I can't do the last. You gotta pick one.
All right, Josh, spin around.
Fermented.
You can close your eyes and spin around.
Yeah, you.
Is there a reaction to a particular like scene or moment in the movie that shocked you?
Oh, whoa.
Is there a reaction of like the audience?
From the screening or
Yeah, I actually am, you know, we wrote, there's an element of humor to the movie, and when we first screened it at Cannes, I noticed that everyone was laughing, and I found the humor of like, for example, like when Rob says, when Connie says, don't be confused, you're just gonna make it worse for me. Like, I thought that was humorous when I wrote it, but I didn't think anyone would laugh. And I don't know, did people laugh when we said that?
Yeah.
When
Did you guys start laughing when Buddy came in the movie? When you get the wrong guy wakes up?
Somebody thought, someone said to my brother, and we'll end on this. Someone was like, no, we'll end on this. So someone said to my brother, you were so good in the movie, and I'm watching this movie, and I'm like, damn, this guy's killing it. Like, he's just in this character. And then you wait, I'm watching the scene where you wake up, and I'm thinking, oh man, you couldn't keep the voice together.
A few people actually laughed.
Yeah, and you're watching, because that's a cool thing, I think, as an audience, another thing I'm kind of surprised that people are watching that scene, and they're still kind of like, wait, what? No, he had the right guy. No, who's this guy? No follow-up. Okay, because we gotta be done. But thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Los Angeles, and tell your friends.